The fundamental question of our time is whether the West has the will to survive. Do we have the confidence in our values to defend them at any cost? If we do not have strong families and strong values, then we will be weak and we will not survive.
President Trump promoting Western values during his speech in Warsaw, Poland, before heading to the G20. Now, some in the media are slamming the president, saying that he's catering to the far right in these remarks. Former speechwriter for President Nixon, Ben Stein, is here. And I want to ask you, Ben, what do you think? Are they overreacting here? The media, that is?
It wouldn't matter what Mr. Trump said. He could say black is white. They would criticize him. He could say day is night. They would criticize him. He made a brilliant speech. This was a speech that would go down along with the great speeches of Winston Churchill. He was saying, if you read all of it, he said, we stand up for the rights of the individual. Nobody can question that. No sane person can say we want a system that doesn't stand up for the rights of the individual. The people who are calling him a racist, calling him an imperialist, calling him an ultranationalist, they would criticize him no matter what he did. He could join Black Lives Matter and they would criticize him. He could join... He could do anything. He could join the NAACP. They would criticize him.
So for sure, Ben, they don't like him, right? They're going to take any opportunity they can to criticize him. However, I mean, when you talk about things like family values and the will to survive for Western values, regardless if it was Donald Trump, you can anticipate that a lot of people right now on the left are going to jump all over that because for some reason it's not okay by them to say these things.
Well, you know what? People jumped all over Franklin Delano Roosevelt when he gave his "We have nothing to fear but fear itself" speech. People jumped all over Winston Churchill when he said, "We will fight on the beaches, we will fight in the cities, we will fight everywhere." People jump all over you if you have political opponents. Winston Churchill said something incredibly great. He said, if you have people who hate you, it shows you're making a difference in the world. Donald Trump is standing up for what counts. He's not saying we don't respect African Americans. He's not saying we don't respect Asian Americans. He's not saying we don't respect people of all gender choices or gender determination. He is saying we respect the rights of the individual. That is so unequivocally correct. That is so unequivocally brilliant. It astounds me that anyone could criticize that. And again, just shows that the media just has to have somebody. Bob Dylan, the greatest poet of my era, said there are a lot of people who have knives and forks and they don't have anything on their plate and they've got to cut something, so they're cutting Donald Trump.
Is he right? In other words, do we need right now to really protect who we are, our values, our society, in light of all the craziness right now in the world, Ben?
We have got to be united as never before. We have got to be as united as we were on December 8th, 1941. We face a life or death threat from North Korea. We will soon face a life or death threat from Iran. We have got to be united. The fact that people are tearing us apart when something is unequivocally right and morally correct, as what Donald Trump said yesterday, is the fact that people are criticizing him and trying to tear us apart over that is a chilling sign. It terrifies me.
Upside down world sometimes? I mean, you know, he's saying things that people are reacting to in such a negative way, but some of them kind of seem sort of obvious, right? There's nothing wrong with protecting our values that, frankly, Ben, have made us the most prosperous nation, the safest nation in the world.
It isn't really... It isn't really a question of prosperity. It's a question of the dignity of the individual. Denmark is a very prosperous country. Germany is a very prosperous country. Finland is a very prosperous country. We are the best country because we respect the, we want to respect the rights of the individual. And that is what we do to fare thee well. And God bless this great country. And really, I ask God to have pity on those who do not respect human life.
You're making me feel very patriotic here, and it's already past the 4th of July, but you're right. There's a lot of greatness that we have that does need to be stood up for right now. Ben Stein, thank you, sir.
God bless you. God bless you, madam.